Hi guys, this is going to be a total full face tutorial. I'm going to be doing wing liner, lashes, the works, everything, and how to blend eyeshadow and do your eyebrows, everything. The first thing that I'm starting with is my Sheer Envy primer. This is the color correcting primer because I do have quite a bit of blemishes on my face today. I'm starting some new hormones, and that's what's making them pop out like that. Just put this all over your face. This one is by Hard Candy. I like to put it a little bit down on my neck too because I usually put foundation there too. The next step is foundation. I'm using the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me foundation. This is the shade 122. I don't use a brush for this, I just use my fingers, clean fingers. Just blend it in. Blend it on my neck and right here on my ears too. So it's all kind of matching. I'm going to let that dry for a second, and then I'm going to come back and apply another coat just on my blemishes and blend that out to try and cover up and conceal some of those. Now that first coat is dry, I'm just going to go back in just on my blemishes and put some foundation there. You don't want to use concealer. It tends to be lighter than your skin tone. You don't want to highlight your blemishes. You want to conceal them and cover them up. So using the same foundation matches your skin tone a lot better. It just looks better than using an actual concealer that's lighter than your skin tone. If you can find a concealer that is matching to your skin tone, you can use that. I just use my foundation, that way I don't have to buy an extra product. And then I'm just taking my finger and dabbing around that area in each place. If you can see how much more coverage I got that way without it looking cakey. It will start to blend out a lot better. It takes a few minutes to blend this out, so just bear with me. If you use a brush, I feel like it pulls the product off, and that's not what you want to do when you're trying to cover up blemishes. You want to put product over it to cover it up. I'm just patting with my hand too, just to kind of blend out a little bit more further out to where it goes into my regular foundation. It really conceals those blemishes. As you can see, I have some really dark blemishes. I'm not going to use a third coat. You could use a third coat or however much you need just on those spots. I wouldn't do it all over your face, but just on your spots. And then just blend it out into your regular foundation. I always keep baby wipes handy to wipe my hands with. And also I usually wind up getting foundation on my lips, and I use a wipe to wipe that off and to clean some of my makeup brushes as well. just quickly to clean them. I did want to mention as well that I go back and forth between 3 primers. I either use the Hard Candy, the Color Correcting, the Hard Candy Perfecting Primer, or the Master Prime by Maybelline. I really, really like this one in the redness control and blur. And if you hear a weird noise, it's just my washing machine. The next step is to do your concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. It erases dark circles. I don't put a whole lot of concealer on. I feel like it makes you look cakey if you do. I just go and I do it for my whole lip right here, my upper lip, and then on my nose in a straight line, and then kind of like this right here. I'm not doing my forehead. I normally would go like this on my forehead to just kind of give it a little bit of a highlight as well, but since I do have blemishes there, I don't want to highlight that area. And then I'm going to go right here on my chin. Next, take any damp beauty blender. I have this one. This one's from the Dollar Tree, and this one is a Real Techniques beauty blender. It has a flat side right here and then a pointy side on this one. I like to use actually this Dollar Tree one more because it's firmer. Use whatever one you want to use. Also, the Beauty Blender, the original Beauty Blender, is a really great product, but make sure it's always wet. I'm just going to use this wet Beauty Blender right here and blend out my chin here. You don't have to use harsh patting motions, just really light bounce it on your face. Now for the concealer that's under my eyes, I literally just take my ring finger because it applies the least amount of pressure. Your pinky and ring finger apply the least amount of pressure, and you don't want to put a whole lot of pressure under your eyes because it causes premature wrinkles. So I just take and just lightly pull that concealer down. If you need more concealer than that, use more concealer. I just use a very light amount because I don't like to look cakey. The 2 foundations that I use regularly are the Matte and Poreless Maybelline Fit Me foundation in 122, or I use the, I'm probably really going to say this name wrong, Bourjois Paris Healthy Mix Serum in the shade, I don't even know if it says, probably like some creamy beige shade. I don't know the name of the shade actually, it doesn't say. Oh well, 16 hours of radiance boosting, even revived complexion. This one, it really smells good, and it's like has all these fruits and stuff in it, and it's more of a glowy foundation, and this is of course the matte and poreless. I do use this more on the daily because it is so much cheaper to buy, but this you have to buy online. This is $10, this is about $5, so they're both pretty affordable, but I do tend to use the matte and poreless more, but I really do like the way this Healthy Mix Serum looks. It looks really glowy and good without having glitter in it or anything, and it has more natural ingredients in it. The next thing that I'm going to do is set my concealer with the Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Naturally Neutral. I got this at Walmart for $3.97, and it was over there by the nail polish aisle, like on the bottom shelf. It's just a loose face powder. It comes with a like puff that you can just use it as your regular foundation if you want to, but I'm just using it to set my foundation. It has a really good smell. I can't describe the smell, but it does have a very nice smell to it. And I just pack this on under my concealer here under my eyes. Put a pretty good amount on. Also, I stand a little bit tilted over my desk here because I can just wipe it up, because some of it does fall. And I'm also going to go where I put that second layer of foundation over those blemishes. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, I removed the body buff that's in this, the face and body buff that's in this, the thing that's in it. I don't know what it's called exactly, but I took it out, and then when I put the lid back on it and hold it upside down and just pat the bottom, and it gets the powder up to the top there where I can use it. And I just let this sit for about 5 minutes. You don't have to let it sit for a super long time. This is just to bake it and set it, make it last longer. Now just taking my loose powder brush. This one is my favorite. I can't say the name really well, but it's by Royal and Langnickel. It's just a Walmart brush, and it's really fluffy on the end, but it's also small, so I can just put it in my little cup here. And just take it and dust off that powder. Any setting powder you use, when you go to dust it off, try not to breathe it in, because it's really not good for your lungs. It doesn't matter what powder it is, it's not good to breathe it in. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to do is a little bit of contouring, but it's more like bronzing. But I'm just going to use a little bit extra like on my cheeks to contour and my nose. I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer. I'm taking that fluffy powder brush. I don't want this to be a super sharp contour, so I'm just going to do my brush like this, just pinch it, and go right here. How you find where you're supposed to contour is you put your finger right here at the top of your ear and point it down, and you're supposed to go right there. Also, don't go too far down. It drags your face down and it doesn't look too pretty. When you go to contour your nose, if you're using an actual contour powder, you can, if your nose is wider at the top, you only want to do the contour from right here. The dark color goes right here. If it's wider at the bottom, you only want to go right here, like on these dented in places. If your nose is bulbous, you can just make one swipe here and one swipe here, and it makes your nose look a lot smaller. And if your nose is just a little crooked, just make 2 straight lines down. And if you feel like your nose is too long, you can go right here at the tip and just make a little bit darker. And it makes it look a little cuter and a little shorter. And also I go right here below my bottom lip. If you're using a contour powder, again, this is a bronzer that I'm using, but if you use a contour powder and go right here under your bottom lip here, it makes it look a lot fuller and more jutted out looking. Now I'm just going to lightly like buff that on that powder and go right here on the top of my forehead here into my hairline and just bronze that up a little bit. I don't want a super dark look because I'm never really dark. I have a very pale skin color. And then I'm also going to go right here on my jawline. This makes your face look a little slimmer. You don't want to go past this mark right here on your chin. Just on your jawline here. And not super dark either, just enough to make it look like a shadow there. And then take some and just blend down behind your ear here. Makes it look a little more blended and natural. And then I take my brush that doesn't have, you know, any extra product on it and just try and blend out that any harsh lines. I don't usually use like a regular highlighter. I'll use a blush with a shimmer in it because I don't like to do a whole lot of the highlighting. I just haven't found one that I love for my skin tone. But today I'm using the blush, the Hard Candy Baked Blush in 127 Honeymoon. It's like a peachy color, but it does have, like I said, that shimmery, just a little bit of shimmery in it. Just going to go right here on the top of my cheekbones. If you can see how that gives it just a little bit of shimmer. I don't know if you can tell with this lighting here, but it gives it just a little bit of shimmer without looking, ugh, oh my gosh. And then I dust it on my nose and my chin. Just to kind of blend it around a little more. Literally the only brow product that I use now is my Flower Beauty in Brunette eyebrow pencil. It's a pencil on one side and a spoolie on the other. I just make one line here at the top and stop right there where it kind of points up. One line on the bottom here and stop where it points up. Then bring it down. And I go a little more right here where my eyebrows are so sparse in the front. So basically just following along my natural eyebrow, I just make it look a little bit thicker and a little bit longer than it normally is. And then I take the spoolie, which is this little brush right here, and brush it up. This gives it a more natural look, and it makes it look more like hair strokes instead of just thick pencil on your eyebrow. It looks fake. This looks more natural. And this is the eyebrow that's done. This is the eyebrow that's not done. I dropped my pencil. Just go on the top here. And one line on the bottom. Then fill in that sparse area right there in the front. Okay. Just brush it out. I just take my finger over the top and the bottom just to kind of make sure that and right here in the front, just to make sure that I don't have any just like little pencil marks there. What I do is set my makeup with a setting spray. This is the Maybelline Master Fix setting spray, wear boosting setting spray. It makes your makeup last longer, and I do this before I do my eyeshadow. I just feel like it does better that way. And also it says to use 4 to 6 squirts. I don't know how many that I use, but I use a lot more probably. But I just like it to really last, and I think it does really good. This is a really good product. I feel like it really does make your makeup last. Just close your eyes and try not to breathe this spray in. Now allow that to totally dry before you do anything else. Now that that setting spray is totally dried, it also takes care of any excessive powder that you have left on your face. It just makes it not look as cakey. I am going to use a highlighter. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to now. This is the Physicians Formula in Bronze Pearl. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on a, I don't know what kind of brush this is, but it's just like a wide, loose brush. It's really loose because I don't want a whole lot of product on it. Just going to take that right there above my cheekbones here. Right above where I put my blush. I'm just putting a little bit. You may not even be able to tell. And just sliding. I put it right there on the top of my cheekbones, a little bit on the tip of my nose, and right here on my chin. It just gives you a little more glow and shimmer. The eyeshadow look that I'm doing today is Color Tattoo Painted Purple. I'm using that, and I'm also going to be using the Revlon Photo Ready palette in Muse 503. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. And I normally would put down a any cream white eyeshadow down first as a base, or you can use like an eyeshadow primer or whatever, just to get that base color down. What that does is makes any other colored eyeshadow to really pop, and you get the true pigment to it and not like your eyelid color. It's actually the true color. But I'm using a Color Tattoo, so I really don't feel like I need a base with that. But normally I would put down the base first and then just dust some powder over that so it would be totally matte. I'm just using my fluffy blending part to really get this purple color on it on my brush. I'm going to take this color but all as my lid color and my crease color, just a little bit up past my crease. These Color Tattoos really last all day. They really are a very good eyeshadow, cream eyeshadow, but they are hard to blend. So like if you're going to wear them, use it as your main color, lid color, because if you use more than one, it's hard to blend. It's because they dry so quickly and then they're just like set as soon as they dry. And then I'm going to use this is my lower lash brush, but I'm going to use it for my inner corner here, just to try and get that purple right there in the inner corner. Like I said, this cream eyeshadow does set very quickly, but you can take a baby wipe and just like sharpen up your edges. And my inner corner as well. The next thing that I'm going to do is go in my Photo Ready palette right here and use this really pretty blue green teal color. I don't know the name of the color, but I'm just going to use any flat brush. What I'm going to do is just pat this over that purple and try to give it more like a galaxy effect. I don't know if it's going to work because I haven't done this before with these two colors, but I'm going to try. Yeah, I feel like that really looks really pretty. You'll be able to see it better in the pictures that I insert. My camera quality is not as so good, but when I insert the pictures, you'll be able to see it better with the flash. Now that I've got that done, the next thing that I want to do is curl my lashes. You can use any eyelash curler. If you heat it up with your blow dryer and get it warm first, not hot, but warm, it really makes your curl last longer. But you just stick your eyelashes in it, and be careful, and press down. You can pump it if you want to pump it. I just try to hold mine down, and then I curve it in. Same thing on the other side. Okay, my favorite of all time mascara is the L'Oreal Double Extend. It has a primer on one side and a mascara on the other. But today I'm going to use a blue mascara, but I always like to use this white primer. It's really good, especially if you're using a colored mascara and you can't get it to look as blue as it's supposed to look, or whatever color it is. If you use a white primer, it makes that color and that pigment be the natural color that's in it. Like, if it's blue, it's going to be really blue because you have that white base, so it's going to make it pop. So I always like to use this primer. Also, I don't pump my mascara like that. It gets air into it and makes it not last as long, makes it clumpy. I like to coat my upper and lower lashes. And when I put my brush in there, I just kind of wiggle it around. If you don't do that too hard though, because you could break your brush. I just put that primer on, and you do not have to let it dry, and then just gonna go straight in with my blue mascara. My blue mascara is the Voluminous Million Lashes. My mom actually bought this for me. I don't know where she got it, but I'm just gonna do this with my brush. It is very blue. I'm going to insert a winged liner tutorial and a lashes tutorial because today I'm not wearing lashes or winged liner because I'm going for this more galaxy look to go with my Galaxy Kitten shirt. But I will insert those videos. Now I'm going to do my lower lash line, and I'm going to use the Photo Ready palette in Muse in 503. I just think this is a beautiful palette that they put together. I just think it's such a pretty palette. It has a light purple, a dark purple, and like a bold, bright purple. Then it has this pretty, I don't even know that shade. It's like a blue-green, almost like a teal. And then there's this darker teal color here. It's just a really pretty palette. But I'm going to take that light purple on the top there. I'm going to sweep that under my lower lash line here. I'm bringing this all the way into my inner corner because it is such a light color. If it was a dark color, I wouldn't bring them into my inner corner because I don't want to close off my eye. If you have larger eyes, you could by all means do that. It'll look really pretty and more defined. But I have really small eyes, so it doesn't look so good on me. Okay, so I just got that and I sweeped it under my lower lash line there and kind of just blended it while I was applying it with this brush. These are the EcoTools brushes, by the way. They're the duo brushes. One side's a blending brush, the other side is the lower lash line, and I bought both of them because they have a eyeliner brush here that's slanted, and then they have a flat brush that's for your lid color. And then I'm going to take this color that I put on my lid earlier and just kind of blend that into that purple color. Not a whole lot, just kind of dabbing it in there. I may put this in my inner corner too. Just gonna put that right there. Yeah. Okay. I don't typically wear eyeliner a whole lot, but when I do, I use the Jordana ones from Walgreens. And I only have 2 of these because I really don't wear eyeliner a whole lot, like on my waterline. Sometimes I'll wing my eyeliner, but not very often. This is in Tantalizing Teal, and it's retractable. I'm just going to put it on my waterline. Just to add a little more color. I'd go on the top too. If this were a darker color eyeliner, I would literally just go on the outer part of my waterline here, like just on this line right here, make a little V. That way it didn't feel like it was closing off my eyes. But since this is a bold color, I don't really feel like it does that as badly. So I'm just bringing it all the way in. If you do have small eyes like I do, if you use a white or skin color eyeliner and bring it all the way in, it will make your eyes look bigger and more open. The next thing that I'm doing is my lips, and I'm using the Liquid Lip Balm by Almay, I can't say the name, in the shade 200 Nutrients. Nutrients is the name. I always put down lip balm before I do any lip look. It just protects your lips and makes them more moisturized, especially if you're going to use like a matte lipstick. Always go in with some kind of chapstick or like lip gloss or something just to make it moisturize your lips a little bit before you put that down. The lip liner that I'm using is 225 Beloved in the Lip Perfection pencil from CoverGirl. It's like a mauve-y color. It's really pretty. And when I do my lips, I do a little bit of contouring on my lips, and I will overdraw my bottom lip just a little bit in the center there, like that. And then I also will go on my Cupid's bow and overdraw it just a little bit. Okay, it looks really funny right now, but then you just bring in that line to your natural lip line. So you're not overdrawing your whole lip, you're just overdrawing your Cupid's bow and your lower lip here in the center. Just makes them look a little bit bigger, and you don't have to go as pointy as I did. You can round it more, but when I put on my lipstick, it rounds it off more anyways. And the lipstick I'm using is Wet n Wild 503C, Will You Be With Me? It's like a light pink color. Then I put a little shimmer highlight, and I use the Nivea A Kiss of Shimmer Radiant Lip Care. It's like a chapstick, but it's shimmery. I just use my finger and rub it. And I only put this on the center of my lip. And on the top center too. And then I just bring my lips together, but don't like wiggle your lips, just go. That's all. And you can use any clear gloss or whatever lip gloss you want to use. Using lip gloss does make your lips look bigger because they're shinier and they just look plumper and healthier. This is the CoverGirl, some kind of lip gloss. It doesn't have a name on it. I've had it forever. Any lip gloss will work. I also have one from Wet n Wild that's just clear. It's Mega Slicks lip gloss. It's a really good one too. When I put my lip gloss on after I've got everything on the way I want it, I don't glide it across like I did my lipstick. I just pat it because I don't want any of that other product to move around. This is a tinted lip gloss. Just going to make that lipstick look a little pinker. And I do tend to put a lot of lip gloss on. And now the same thing, just go. It does make your lips look bigger to do those steps, and also Q-tips are your best friend when you're doing your makeup. You can use them for anything. You can use them for your eyeshadow, your inner corner, cleaning up your, if you're putting mascara on your lower lashes, sometimes you get that under there, just dampen it and wipe it right off. And mascara comes off very easily. Don't panic if you make a mess up here. Just go like this and twist it while it's damp. And also, when you're taking your mascara off, make sure it's totally dry before you do that, because it'll come off much easier. You could also use it to clean up your lips or just your outer corner here, just anything. To keep lipstick off your teeth, just take a Q-tip and put it in your mouth like this. And move it from side to side. It gets all that excess off that's on the inside of your lips there, so you don't get it on your teeth. I'm going to start with the wing liner. First of all, the mascara that I'm using today is the L'Oreal Double Extend with the primer and the mascara. I've already put that on. I've already curled my lashes with my dollar store lash curler. The eyeliner that I'm using is L'Oreal Paris Carbon Black Linear Intense. It's a felt tipped eyeliner. It has a little bead in it that you shake up. I'm going to pull my eye tight this way and go as slow as I can. I'm trying to make that as close to my lashes as I can. When you do just this line right here where you got it on like right now, that is called tight lining. You want to do that before you wear any false lashes, because eyelashes have a strip right here that sometimes they're clear and you can't see them, but sometimes they're really dark and you can see them. So you put that little liner down and you won't be able to tell where the lashes start or end or whatever, where they start. The more you sit here and try to perfect the line and make it even on both sides, the worse it gets. So if you just go slow and make that line slow and take your time. I've already done this eye with the tight lining. Just take your time. Nobody gets it on the first try. Okay. Now I have this little pin here. This is what I'm going to do. Where my lower lash is, right here, like in between where they meet, right here in the corner of my eye, I'm going to slant my little brush thing up like this. And just touch my face like that. That's where it goes. You literally just set it down like that. Now, it's not filled in yet. Take your time filling it in. Nobody can do this super fast. If they do it super fast, I've never seen anybody that really could do it super fast without editing their video 100 times. This is something that takes patience and time to learn. Then some people will go from this way and fill it in. You can go like right here and pull up, or you can go down. Either way, whichever way is easier for you. I'm going to go from this line and pull up very lightly. I don't personally like winged eyeliner because my eyes are very small and I feel like it makes my eyes look smaller. But if you have larger eyes, or if you just like the look, then I think it's very pretty on a lot of people. I just don't think it's very pretty on me. Now, I've made it quite long. You can make it shorter, more subtle if you want to. This is about the size that I see usually. You can also make it thicker and bolder if you want to, and you can go thicker on this line here if you want to. However you want to do it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And so it looks like when it's done. That's winged eyeliner. There's also several different things that you can do with eyeliner. There's all kinds of different arts you can do with eyeliner if you're talented, and you can do all that. I'm personally not with eyeliner. But the tool that I use, you can use your tweezers or a lash applicator. The tool that I would love to use are hemostats. They're kind of like scissors and tweezers combined. It is not sharp pointed here. It's like a pinchy little thing. This is what I hold my lashes with and press down to apply them. If you don't feel comfortable using this or tweezers, use the lash applicator. But if you do use this, please be very careful. I just use it to pinch my little eyelashes with. I'm going to paint this on. I'm going to be very generous with the glue here because I don't want them coming off, especially on the ends and the middle. You want to let this get tacky for a minute. Not a whole minute, just however long it takes to get, like, not runny. You can blow on it or stick it in front of a fan or whatever. Just going to put these a little closer to the top. Okay. Now I'm going to close my eye. This short part goes in your inner corner. The longer part is obviously your outer corner. I'm trying to look through my phone. This is difficult. Okay, and those should just take a second to dry. Just gives you a little more glamorous look to your eyes, and it does open up your eyes. They have like brown or more natural eyelashes. Like if you didn't want to wear makeup and you just wanted to have some long lashes, you could wear those natural lashes. And they sell all different kinds of lashes, and if you can afford mink lashes, but I just don't see the point in spending that much money on lashes. Peyton's singing. This is the completed look with lashes and winged eyeliner. Also, I wanted to mention, after your glue has gotten really dry, you can take your eyelash curler and put them at the base of your lashes there and lightly press, And what this does is blends your natural eyelashes in with your false lashes, and it presses that glue tightly down to where they last and stay there. I hope you enjoy this look, this little galaxy eyeshadow look and the lip look and everything. And I hope you have a really great day. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends.